your well-being. Okay, so a nice easy half an hour of just gentle stretches. Hope you're both doing all right. So first part, just 15 minutes, it's all going to be on the ground. Later on, when we come down onto the ground, we lie down. If you need to put an extra layer on or put a blanket over you, and then feel free to do that. So we're going to start on our back first. So let's have lie down. Lying down on your back. And you're just going to stretch out your body and just let your arms fall out to the side. Relax. So either relaxing at the end of your Sunday or relaxing in your afternoon. Yeah, so just feel the back of the body. Feel that your back of the head is on the ground. Feel the shoulders relaxing down. Let your arms fall to the side and just relax your hands. And then feel that the belly is nice and soft and feel that the pelvis is neutral. Relax your legs, let the legs go, your feet fall out to the side. And we're going to take a full breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth, let go. Relax, one more breath, inhale. And then fully let go. There, sink into the ground. Nice. And just take a few gentle breaths here, relaxing. Just really feel the ground underneath you. Feel that your body's been supported by the ground and feel that your breath is easy. So if you've had a bit of a tough week, let everything drop. Yeah, take another breath here. And it always feels nice sometimes just to spend a bit of time on the ground like this. And you're going to bring your knees into chest. So let's bring the feet onto the ground and take one knee into chest, take the other one in. And you can either hold on to the top of your shins or the back of your thighs. Press the thighs into your belly and feel that really nice stretch across your lower back, across the hips. And you're just going to rock yourself from side to side here, holding onto your knee or holding onto your shins. Rocking side to side, relax your shoulders. And you just want to have a nice little massage in your back. And gentle breath, nice and easy, relaxing. A little rocking side to side. And then here, we're going to just hold on to the back of the legs, back of your thighs, and you're going to bring your knees a little wider than your hips. Bring your feet to the sky. We'll call this our happy baby. You can either hold on to the back of the legs like this and keep rocking from side to side. This opens up your groin and stretch into your hips. It's also still a nice stretch in your lower back. And if it's possible for you, you can even hold on to your calves. So you've got to imagine this is, you know, like a happy baby. So a happy baby like to play at their feet. And if it's available to you, you can even hold on to your feet and play with your feet, rocking side to side. Just gently guiding the knees towards the side of your ribs, towards the ground. Open up that space in the hips, rocking side to side. And then just maybe you can close your eyes. Make sure that your shoulders are down. So you don't want to lift your shoulders to reach for your feet. If that's the case, just hold on to the back of the thighs instead like this. And just make sure your neck isn't arched, so you're not jolting the chin up towards the ceiling. And then we come back to the center. Bring your knees back to the center. You're going to hold on to any leg. So hold on to one shin and extend the other leg long. That's it. Hugging your knee in towards your chest. It's a nice stretch just in your hip flexor. Nice stretch again, still in your back. And you might even want to roll your ankles around a little. So if you've been on your feet a little all day, let's roll through the ankles. And just make sure that the long leg, the heel is on the ground. If it doesn't quite reach you, just bend your knees slightly and you can still do the rotation in your ankle. Breathing in, so make sure you still keep the shoulders relaxed. Nice. And then you're going to slide your long leg, the foot onto the ground and the leg up to the sky. A little bit of hamstring work. So it doesn't matter, the leg doesn't have to be straight. You're going to bend the knee into the chest and then take it up. Knee into the chest and take it up. So a little bit of rocking action, stretch into the back of the legs. And do a few of these. On your last one, maybe you just want to take the leg up, and the leg doesn't have to be straight, so as long as you can feel it at the back of your legs here, hamstrings. And if it feels all right for your back, you can start to slide your bottom leg a little longer. See if that fit makes it feel okay. That's it, breathing. Nice. And then just bring your knees back into chest again, holding on to both, rocking side to side. And this time we're going to add like frog legs. You're going to circle in the hip, circle it in one direction, moving into your hip joint. And then circle the other way, opening up into the hip joint. And I just felt a couple of clicks in my hips. And then bring yourself back to the center. This time swap legs. So you hold on to the other leg and you extend the leg long, a full stretch, a little roll through your ankle, rolling it to one side and then rolling it to the other. And rolling it again. And gentle, draw the knee in towards your chest as you start to extend the bottom leg long. And then you're going to bring your other foot back onto the ground and take this leg up. So we're going to draw the knee in towards the chest and take it up. It's just a bit of a hamstring stretch, stretch out the legs. And here on your last one, keep the leg up. The leg doesn't have to be straight, just hold on, support it. Hold on so that your shoulders are still relaxed down and your neck is still neutral. Maybe even slide the other leg a little longer for that hamstring stretch. Breathing. Nice. And then you're going to bring both knees back into your chest, hug your knees in again. We're going to take it into a twist. Let your arms come wide. And you're going to drop the knees towards one side. There. Slowly arrive down into it. And just let your opposite shoulder ground down. So you could either take your eyes, make sure both shoulders are down. Either take your eyes up, looking up. Or you can turn your head and look away from your knees. And there. Stretching away and relax. Make sure your knees are relaxed down and your feet are relaxed down. A gentle twist through your spine. And we're going to stay here for maybe just a few more breaths. And take a deep breath into your spine and exhale, really releasing in your spine. And again, breathing in. And breathing out, relax. Yeah, take another breath in and feel the breath arriving to the bottom of your spine, all the way up towards the top of the head. Relax your shoulders. And then bring yourself back to the center. Edging yourself back into the center, and we're going to take the knees to the other side. So let your knees drop right over to the other side, slowly arriving towards the ground. And then notice if the opposite shoulder is lifting, just gently ground it. And even if it lifts slightly, it doesn't matter, as long as it's comfortable for your shoulders. If it isn't, you can always bring your fingertips to your shoulder, like this, and breathe. Turn your head away from your knees, and you want that lovely breath through the nose. Inhale and exhale. Relax your legs down and feel your feet and your knees just heavy on the ground. And then you breathe deeply into your spine. Breathe in and exhale. And see if you can breathe right into the belly, feel the belly, a bit of expansion in the belly. And gently exhale. Now taking one more breath like this. And exhaling. Nice. Okay, so you're going to bring your knees back towards the center again. And the feet will come down onto the ground. Bring your feet hip distance apart. And you're going to bring your arms by the side, palms on the ground. The feet are hip distance apart, your feet are on the ground. And we're going to just lift up into a glute bridge, a hip bridge. So tuck the tailbone and squeeze your bottom up. Open up and feel the stretch front of the hip and feel the strength through the glutes. There's a strengthening through the back, a little compression through the back, and that's okay. Breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly lower down again. Now we're going to do this one more time. So if your feet are too far away, it's harder to lift. Just bring the feet a little closer to your bottom. And then try again. Tuck your tailbone under and then slowly peel your spine off the ground as you lift up. Breathing right into the front of the hips. Stretch out through the front of the hips. And taking a couple of breaths in there. And then slowly, slowly let your hips come all the way back down. Nice. And just drawing your knees back into your chest again. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe even take your shoulders off the ground and rounding the back completely as you kiss towards your knees. And then release and let your feet come back onto the ground. So what we're going to do from here, so stay in lying down on your back. And what we're going to do, we are going to focus on the breath for about 10 minutes, and then I'll guide you through a relaxation. So you want to lie down, so make sure you're lying down. Bring your feet on the floor and just let your knees maybe just fall in towards each other. So feet are a little wider, knees are together. And make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. And just make sure your arms are relaxed. And you're going to place one hand onto your belly and one hand onto your chest. So just close your eyes maybe. And you just want to take a moment to feel your breath. So you don't have to change anything. Just notice the way you are breathing. So maybe you're breathing through the mouth, maybe you are breathing through the nose, and just notice which part of the body is expanding when you're breathing. So you might feel you've got one hand on your belly, right? And you've got one hand on your chest. See which one feels the bigger breath. So is it more in the belly or is it more in the chest? And so you don't have to change anything, just notice your normal breathing habits. And then notice if the breathing is more tricky in the chest. Notice if the breathing gets a little stuck somewhere along the way. And then what we're going to do, we're going to focus, we're going to bring the breathing to your nose. You're going to breathe through your nose. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. So breathing through the nose is a big part of helping us to relax and helping us to take our blood pressure down, and also to tap into the more calm and restorative state. So as you breathe through the nose, let the breath come in through the nose and exhale through the nose. And you want to feel here belly breath. You want to feel the breath arriving to your hand on your belly. So bring both hands onto your belly. Breathe so that the belly inflates like a balloon upwards. And then exhale, the belly just drop back in towards the spine. So belly breath. Breathe into the belly and the belly expands up towards the sky without arching your back. And then exhale, belly just softens in. And again, breathing into the belly, just finding awareness, belly breath, we call this. And exhale. Now this time you've got to bring your hands by the side of your ribs. So you're holding onto your ribs like you're holding onto a child. The fingers are forward and the thumb is facing at the back of the ribs. So you're cupping onto the ribs here. And with this time you breathe into the ribs. When you breathe in, the ribs expand to the side. And then when you exhale, the ribs comes together again. So the action is like breathing in, the ribs expand, and exhale, the ribs just come back in together. So breathe into the hands, expanding into the chest, and exhale, allowing the breath to arrive back through the nose. Inhale into the ribs, and exhale through the ribs. One more. So when we are stressed, your breath will tend to come to the ribs more. When you're relaxed, your breath tends to come towards the belly a little bit more. So what we're going to do this time, we're going to put the two together. Place one hand onto your belly and one hand onto your chest. You're going to breathe into the belly, let the belly expand, and then continue with the breath and breathe into the ribs so the ribs expand. So it's one continuous breath. And then slowly exhale from the ribs and then from the belly. So imagine you're breathing in for 3 seconds into the belly. 1, 2, 3, and then expand into the ribs. 4, 5, and exhale from the ribs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So close your eyes and focus on this one. Breathe into the belly. 1, 2, 3 to the ribs. 4, 5, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to add on. Inhale, 1, 2, 3 to the belly, 4, 5 to the ribs, and then sip in just a little bit more air at the top, and then you exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do one more in your own time. So breath into the belly, to the ribs, sip a little bit more air to the top, and then exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just relax your breath, just release your arms, relax your breath. And just notice how that has felt. And then we're going to do one more breath work. So this time, you are just going to keep your hands onto your belly, and we're going to breathe into the belly, and then we're going to exhale slower than the inhalation. So we're going to inhale. So inhale for 4 seconds. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4 to the belly, and you exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. Belly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale from the belly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just relax your hands. Let your legs extend. And just come back to your normal breath. Normal breath. So just stay on the ground. If you want to put an extra layer on, maybe put a blanket over you, and I'll guide you through a short meditation. So just staying on the ground, relaxed, and make sure that you feel warm enough and that you feel safe on the ground. So know that there isn't really much you need to do, just to be on the ground and relax your entire body. Breathing in and gently breathing out. Breathing in and gently breathing out. Okay, so staying on your back and become aware of your breath. Take one slow inhale in through the nose, and then take one slow exhale through the nose. Now your breath is natural, is easy. Okay, so now bring your awareness here towards your mind and just notice what's coming through your mind. And then bring your awareness towards your body. So you want to bring your awareness towards your entire body, the whole body. And you are going to just notice any sensations that you're feeling with your body. So notice any warmth. So maybe your hands are warm, maybe the belly feels warm after all the breathing. So notice any warmth in the body. And notice any coolness. So coolness could be maybe your toes are feeling a little cool, or maybe the breath, when you breathe in, the air is naturally cooler. So notice the coolness of the body. And then notice any tension. So maybe there is still residual tension in your shoulders or your neck, or maybe in the hips. Notice if there are anything that you're clinging on to or holding on to physically. Then you take a deep breath into that space and gently let go. So we notice all these sensations in the body without any judgment. You don't need to change anything. You just sit with whatever is rising in the body, whatever you can feel. And just be in this moment, be in this present moment. And then slowly bring your awareness here back in towards your mind and notice any thoughts that are coming through. So when we lie down still like this, a couple of things will happen. Your mind will start to wander off to something that's happened in the past, or something that's you might think is going to happen in the future. So we're always drifting between the past and the future. So see if you can just notice what is arising. So if there are any thoughts in your head, you're simply going to label that as thinking. So labeling them as thinking. And notice any emotions as well. So when we come still like this on the ground and our body quiets down, our emotions start to amplify a little bit louder. So you might notice any feelings of maybe whether they are anxiety or stress, or things that just make you either feel good or don't feel good. Doesn't really matter. There's no judgment on your emotions. Just notice what's arising. And whatever those emotions are, they're all completely valid, and just label them as feelings. So once you start to label your thinking and your feeling, notice that you are just being aware of them. So the thoughts in your head are not you, and the feelings are not you. So you're just being aware of your thoughts and your feelings. Just being aware. No judgment, no need to change. Just being aware that these are coming through. And then as you label these thoughts and feelings, Let them drift, don't get involved. And just return here the focus on your breathing. So it's the minute you start to bring your focus back to your belly, your navel, and you breathe, inhale and exhale, and you notice every breath arriving into your body and every breath leaving your body, you become present in this moment. So you're not drifting forward or back. You're not going into the future, and you're not drifting back into the past. So the breath is always that constant reminder that you need to be just here. So I'm going to just silence and just let you sit in silence. Allow yourself to be in this space for 2 minutes and just notice what happens in these 2 minutes. There's no need to judge, just stay, focus on the breathing, inhale and exhale. Focus on the breathing. So there's no judgment. If thoughts come into your head, don't get involved. And just bring it back to your breathing. To the belly. Focus on that point in your navel. So notice how your body's coming really heavy on the ground. Maybe light, feeling a sense of lightness at the same time. Completely relaxed. Now, with your next breath, take a deeper breath in. Breathe in through your nose and just sigh out through the mouth. Do this again. Breathe in through the nose and sigh out completely. Now you're going to gently bring your feet back onto the ground. And then let your knees come in. So hold on to the knees again. So like this. Drawing yourself in, hugging your knees in. Little rock from side to side. Then let yourself come onto one side. Bring your feet onto the ground. Let yourself just roll to one side. And just be on side for a moment. And then you're going to use your hands and push yourself back up. So seated position, and then let yourself maybe just sit tall for your spine. And then you're going to take your arms up, take a full breath to the top. Join your palms together, let your hands return back to the heart center.